What is up? It is Big Char Trades back with another YouTube video, and in this video I am going to be recapping my trade from today. Today we actually got stopped out after edging my TP by 5 points. Now I'm going to explain why I took this trade. As you can see, this was a pretty nice setup. It was like a 5.85R trade that didn't end up playing out, unfortunately. There are a few things that I could have done differently in this trade that I'm going to discuss in this video. So with that being said, let's get right into the video. Now, if we start on the daily time frame, my analysis coming into this week was that we are going to go higher and then we are going to go lower. But coming into the market today, I got a little bit sidetracked just because I didn't realize we had this much bearish SMT inside of this bearish daily fair value gap. Now, I wanted price to do this going into today, right? I wanted Monday and Tuesday to come up, sweep this high, and then Wednesday through Friday deliver to the downside, which is probably going to play out, which is probably going to end up happening. But I ended up taking a short today, which was not the brightest thing. So dropping down to the 4-hour, we also have this bearish SMT inside of this 4-hour bearish gap right here, and on the hourly as well. We have this bearish fair value gap, obviously, and on the hourly on ES. We also have that bearish fair value gap, but as you can see, we have already broken this high on ES, and we are nowhere near that high on NQ. So dropping now to the 15-minute, what do we see? Well, we see that price has actually displaced through Asia lows, and that tells me that London highs are going to be left untapped, or at least so I thought. So coming into the market, I wanted a continuation short to the downside, and I wanted a short into the discount of this range right here. If you take the rectangle tool from the PM low to the AM high, or the AM low to the AM high from Friday, I wanted price to come down into the discount of this 15-minute bullish gap for a move higher, right? Honestly, this was kind of stupid on my part. I should have seen that, we are manipulating into this 15-minute fair value gap, and on top of that, my analysis for this week was also already Monday and Tuesday trade higher to sweep that daily high and then trade lower for the rest of the week. So I should have done a better job of aligning that, but I didn't. So on the 15-minute, if we take the swing high to the swing low of this range, right, this is the swing high, and then this was the swing low coming into market open, right? This was a swing low coming into the market open, right? I wanted price to trade up to this like around OTE range in premium and then dump to the downside, right? This was the fair value gap that was in premium that I was willing to use for a short. So that was the one that I was looking at. And as you can see at 9:30, we did actually trade into that gap. Dropping down to the 1-minute, didn't have any time to get an entry here, right? I wanted to take this inversion right here, which would have provided a nice short down to the lows, right? Well, I wanted to take this inversion, but this candle is obviously way too big, and I'm not gonna take a trade that has a 45-point stop, right? So instead of taking that trade, I waited for price to retrace back into this fair value gap, and at this point in time, I had even more conviction in this short just because we respected this protected high and we made lower highs, right? So with that, I tried taking a short out of this 1-minute bearish gap. I wanted price to respect this gap and get a short out of there, but I didn't end up getting that. So what I did was drop down to the 30-second and 15-second time frames. And at the 30-second, as you can see, we don't really have anything, but on the 15-second, we have this bullish gap, right? And we have, here, let me move this, right? We have this inversion right here, this tiny little inversion. So my entry actually took place on this inverse right there. Stop went at the protected high, and my final TP were these lows from earlier. Wait, dang it. My final TP were these lows that price made at around like 9:33, right? And as you can see, I thought we were going to go ahead and take my TP quite easily. We ended up edging it, and then price came up and took my stop. I actually didn't even go break even here, so that was the first mistake. The first mistake was going break even. This would have been a beautiful 5.8R trade. First mistake was that I didn't go break even, And then the second mistake was that I wasn't respecting the higher time frames, right? I should have known that this was a manipulation into that bullish hourly and 15-minute fair value gap to go higher and complete my analysis for the week. And instead, I just wanted price to make a new low, right? If we had true bullish market structure, we would have done exactly this, right? We would have made a higher low, higher low, higher low, because we are going to trade up and take that daily high. So that is a bit unfortunate. Lost around $800 today. It's just quite annoying when the trade looks like it's about to take your TP and then it goes ahead and rallies up. I should have, I could have moved my stop to this high, then I could have moved it to this high, and then I could have moved it to this high. And, I still, if I got stopped out there, I still would have made, a nice 3R trade-ish. But instead, I wanted to be greedy, and it actually took me out. That concludes today's trade recap. Just took the loss on the chin and moved on. Not going to dwell on it. Tomorrow we will have more opportunities. So with that being said, make sure you subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you have anything to say. I literally read all my comments. Happy Monday. Let me know if you caught a dub or if you took the same trade or what was going on with that. But that being said, peace out. Have a good rest of your day, and I will catch you tomorrow.